Hello, YouTube. All right, it's been a while since we did a live episode of As the Van Turns, which I'm still waiting to turn until the road clears here. Anyhow, just wanted to do a quick live update, let you guys know what's going on. The videos that are running on YouTube that we recorded are falling behind. Therefore, things are kind of getting out of sync. But had a question for Elizabeth, Lizzie2Shoes. If you're watching this, can you get in touch with me? Like, email me, denoy.debor@gmail.com with your phone number and a good way to contact you, like if someone wanted to reach you. Had some people trying to reach you to try to help out a little bit, and they may be having issues getting in touch with you. So if you can send me, Elizabeth, if you're hearing this message, or Cindy, if you are able to reach Elizabeth, have her contact me with her phone number and confirm her email address for PayPal, so that we know we're on the same page, that she's all right. I haven't heard from her for a while, and another viewer had a serious concern about her, just to make sure that she was all right. So Elizabeth, if you're out there, please let us know you're okay. You're still in our thoughts and prayers, and people are still concerned about you. Same with Alana. Alana, I noticed on Facebook, it looks like you got rid of your account or something. It looks like the account that was on the thing has been removed or whatever. So if you can get it on me, or I know you're on, you appear to be on not Facebook, but YouTube, under a different account. Contact me with your phone number. Just a way to reach you in case, somebody needs to get in touch with you. Just to make sure you're okay, with everything that's been going on. As far as me on this end, it's crazy. It's been like crazy. It's been like really, really busy. There are lots of rockets going up. Solar Orbiter will be going up this weekend, I think on Sunday night. That's the big project that's going on right now. So it's kind of crazy at the agency. I do get off a little bit earlier because I'm only working part-time, and they actually shifted my work hours. So I would be there when a lot of people weren't there to try to get more work done. It's kind of hard to clean when everyone's going through as you're cleaning. So they shifted my hours so I could be there, a little bit before people showed up. That would allow me to do the floors and stuff before people all walk through it. It's hard to do the floor when people are just walking through while you're trying to do the floor. And, you can't really block it off. They got to work. People are working. So I have to work around the people who are there. And that's all right. I don't mind. But by shifting the time, the starting time, to me, it's actually better, although I'm a little bit tired, obviously. I'm not getting enough sleep right now. But once my body gets adjusted to the earlier hours, and once things slow down a little bit, I should get adjusted to this new schedule pretty well. It's actually a pretty good schedule because getting out of work so early leaves me time to try to take a second job, at the temp agency, or to work on some projects, which I'm getting ready to do right now, as a matter of fact. I gotta get a new phone service. That's on my to-do list, possibly for today. I'm gonna try to get in touch with Metro and switch phones, because I don't know how good the quality of the stream here is right now, but this stuff with Cricket, with the unlimited plan, with the Wi-Fi hotspot sucks. It sucks. So anyhow, I was looking at the numbers, and Pay It Forward is almost active. We're just less than 200 people from hitting 1,000. Now, we don't have the view count, the view hours, watch hours to monetize yet on that channel. But once we hit 1,000, I'm going to switch the live broadcast to Pay It Forward, so people can use it kind of like a chat room to meet and build networks and connect with one another. What you should be doing is trying to meet people online. Like, I don't mean like meet random people, but meet people that you know online from this channel and the Pay It Forward channel, and try to establish a network, a local network, so that people know one another and kind of keep tabs on one another, just to make sure that you're okay. And if you need assistance or whatever, that's what that channel is for. We're going to try to use Pay It Forward to basically have a forum for people to meet and make friends, as well as to set up their support network. So, if you needed assistance of some type, you can request it on there, and you're not a stranger. It's hard to get assistance if nobody knows you, and the only time they ever heard of you is you begging for help. Yeah, because there's so many scammers out there. So, it's important to establish that network where the people actually know you. So it's important to post and respond. You can do it on here right now when I do the live streams on this channel, but really, most of this stuff's going to go away. A lot of the content on this channel is actually going to disappear once Pay It Forward goes live. The Pay It Forward will run all the loose stuff, just me chatting and blabbering, and maybe participating in live chats, if I do it when I'm not driving. It's hard to respond to you guys chatting when I'm driving, and I do apologize for that. But I'm trying to squeeze time in, and right now I just kind of had an urgent message for Lizzie2Shoes and for Alana. Just contact me if you can with your phone number and an email address or something in case we need to reach you. I just want to make sure you guys are okay. And what else? The Living in a Van channel will stay living in a van. Or RV, with van and RV content. I will probably continue to produce pre-recorded segments since they tend to be nice and short. When we do these live streams, I tend to blabber, which is good for something like Pay It Forward, because then you guys can just chat over me. Usually what I'm having to say is not too important. I'm just blabbering. But you guys can chat right over that. And believe it or not, when that channel gets monetized, it makes money. So we'll have money for the group, that can be used to help people. And that's what the plan is for the Pay It Forward. This channel, I'll continue to produce the van dwelling content and whatnot. Matter of fact, I kind of went a little crazy, which you might see here in some upcoming videos, but I'll just give you a little indicator here. I ended up buying this heavy duty, it's 4-gauge jumper cable. Because, I'm having wiring issues. Well, you guys don't know because you're behind now. So that's one of the problems with not being able to go live and having to upload. The van, the RV, I was in process of trying to make it off-grid capable with power and trying to determine how much money I wanted to spend versus how much it could do. And to be honest, as you start to do this stuff and try to get everything working, you start to realize, holy schmoly, you get spoiled if you're on grid. Because when you're on grid, you flip a switch and the light comes on, you hit the button on the microwave and your food gets cooked, you turn the knob and the shower runs. All these things work. But when you have to make it work in a van or an RV, because it's not fully working and you're trying to figure it out, and you're trying to figure out the power requirements and how to wire it all and how to get it to work, it's not that simple, okay? I had the inverter cooking system working fine in the van because I was just pulling roughly 300 to 400 watts. And it was a very simple system, which I started to do in the RV. But then the more I thought about it, the more I thought the RV is actually like a house. It really is so much more than the van. So if I only limit it to doing what the van does, that's kind of sad. To have an RV that is capable of being an off-grid, a totally off-grid house on wheels, function pretty much only as a van, a glorified van. That's kind of sad. So, but then to make it a full-blown RV that's capable of being off-grid for off-grid living, I think it's too expensive. It's not too expensive if that's your permanent home and that's what you want to do and that's where you put your money. But for me, for this particular RV, I don't really want to sink too much money into it. You know, a lot of it's already sunk into the mechanics, so it runs well now. But as far as structurally, you know, it's got issues. We're making it work, but I don't want to sink too much money. So I've had to do a lot of compromising, you know, debating what I want and how much I'm willing to spend. It's basically being governed by limiting how much money to sink into it. And I don't want to spend thousands. I don't even want to hit $1,000 as far as what I put in to renovating and fixing the rest of the RV, including giving it off-grid capabilities. So I've had to make a lot of compromises. But I also don't want it to be just a glorified van. You know, I don't want it to be like basically all I have is a rice cooker. That would suck. You know, to have this nice RV with the bedroom and big screen TV and all this stuff, and you can't really run any of it when you're off grid. You have to be gridded. You have to be plugged in. So I decided I'll shell out a couple $100s. I'm willing to put out a couple $100, maybe a total of about $400 to $600 maximum, to give the RV off-grid, total off-grid capabilities. But that means compromising. So we'll be talking about that on the videos. Hopefully the quality will be better than this stream. I don't know what the quality on the stream is, but I'm going to be doing the videos and showing off what we're going to be doing. I don't think I'm going to get a 400 watt power system, because that's at least $400, $500 for the batteries, and then all the connecting cables and stuff. You know, that would hit my $600 point, but I need to do other stuff. Like I want to build a rain catchment system, and it's going to collect its own water. It's basically going to be like Hut or Yurt 3.0 or Yurt 3.0. You guys didn't see it on regular YouTube, did you? I didn't show you Yurt 3.0. There was a Yurt. There was another Yurt. Yeah, it was Yurt out in the woods. And I wasn't really living in it. I was using it for storage. But it was really huge. It was like huge. It was like 2 or 3 times bigger than Yurt 2.0. But anyhow, Hut 2.0 was fairly large. The RV is about the size of Hut 2.0, maybe a little bit bigger. So RV is like Hut 3.0 on wheels. And I am going to try to give it off-grid capabilities. So trying to make it so it can sustain itself pretty much. And that means generating electricity, although we'll have to do it with gasoline. If I can pick up that cheap generator back at that flea market, if he's back there again and I catch him, I'm going to try to talk him down if I can, because I don't want to spend too much for it. It may not even work. But I want to try to get that so that I can run the air conditioner if I need to, you know, like in the summer or something. So, and then build a box to diffuse the sound. I don't know if you guys heard how loud that generator was. So we're going to figure out ways, because I think it would be useful for other people too, to figure out how to silence or reduce the noise produced by a cheap generator. So I will be doing that. I also want to try to catch water so that it can refill the system, so you can get water for usage. And power can be, you know, recharged through the generator or through the alternator. I may add solar, but not really a huge solar panel system. I'm thinking at the most I might go 100 or 200 watts, which isn't big at all. The idea is to not make the RV like a full-blown house, because if I had to do that to try to make it a full-blown house off-grid, I could end up spending $20,000 to $30,000, you know, building it up and putting in solar panels and huge battery banks and all these things. What we want to do is just do it as cheaply as possible, but have it really functional. So the plan will be to give the RV limited off-grid, because it's only being used part-time. But when you're using it, it should be fairly comfortable. And what that means is If you want to watch TV all night, you should be able to do that. With it on the big screen, you should be able to play computers on it, possibly have remote internet access, have water, all the water you want and need, working bathroom, possibly a shower system working. Um, so basically, you can do like an RV for camping and glamping, I guess if you want to call it that. And eventually, if you wanted to live in it, you could live in it, and you could expand those power systems. But having the ability to collect water means that you could collect your own water to use. You don't have to keep refilling it. The only other issue would be sewage disposal, which right now, if you use it regularly, you have the black water, the black tank. Um, if you were going to live on it like off grid and stuff, you really wouldn't want to use that. You'd want like a compo, com, compo, is it what, compost toilet system or something else, to use if you were doing it permanently. I'm not going to take things too far, but it's a good opportunity for me to try my hand at off-grid living using the RV. So you got the best of both worlds. You can plug in when you want to go to a campground, but when you want to go remote, I want to make the RV mostly, not fully, but mostly functional when you're off-grid. So look forward to those episodes. I do have this booster cable. This is a 4-gauge. And, that was like a big puzzle for me because I know you guys haven't seen those episodes. So I was blowing fuses. I was trying to get the microwave to work and things were working. Then I tried to do a safety by installing an inline fuse. And now it's not working because the fuse keeps blowing. So I'm sure somebody, maybe Timothy or somebody who has more experience with electrical wiring, can explain to me what the heck is going on, why I'm blowing circuits. I wanted to put the fuse in there for safety, but it's making it so when I try to run it, it keeps popping. And you say, well, you just need to upgrade the fuse. Yeah, but by my calculations, running a 800-watt microwave using a 2,000-watt inverter shouldn't consume, when the microwave is on and stuff, it shouldn't consume more than 30 amps. So putting 30 amps in line should have been enough, but yet my 30 amp was blowing. So I don't know what the heck is going on. So at this point right now, I'm thinking of doing it without the fuse, which is kind of dangerous. So, but I need to get it working because I don't need to get it working, but I would like to get it working. So that way you could at least use a microwave. That would be, to me, having access to a microwave in an RV is nice. I can make popcorn. I can heat up frozen dinner. Like you park outside Walmart, you get a TV dinner or something, or you could have chicken or something that you want to heat up. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at trying to make the RV more practical and useful as a house on wheels. Anyhow, let me scroll through your messages real quick here. So let me look here. Some people were asking if I have solar on the RV. Nah, I don't really plan it. Solar gets to be really expensive. I do have a 25-watt solar panel, if it still works, from Harbor Freight that I may install. But that's really going to be more as a battery tender, as a battery trickle charger to keep it fully charged when the RV is just sitting for a while. So I will probably install that and mount it so it'll trickle charge. And eventually I may get a 100 or 200-watt solar panel system. But it's not really a priority because I'm not full-time living in the RV. It would be more useful if you're using, if you're full-time living, which means you're usually camping out at a spot for a while and you're not driving every day. But in my circumstance right now, the RV is only being taken out on the weekends when I have my kids. Although as the RV starts to get more put together and more functional, I'm probably going to try to take it every weekend that I can take it out. Because you guys seem to enjoy those adventures. So I'll be able to do some weird stuff that I could normally not do. Like I could head out somewhere and stay 1 or 2 nights overnight. Even though, gas is kind of expensive to drive such a big thing. But I could go across the state or something. I might even be able to go like to another city, like way far away, and then camp out there and do stuff. Because the house is there. I mean, I could do it right now in the van, and it's easier in the van. It's cheaper with gas. But to be honest, those of you who actually sleep in vans, you know what I'm talking about. It can be cozy and comfortable and stuff, but it's not like having a house or an RV where you can get up and stretch. You don't hit your head all the time. You don't have to be a contortionist to get your clothes on. My van's like a minivan, and it's really nice. It's spacious. It's got a double-sized bed. You can actually hold two adults, but I can't even sit up in it without hitting my head because I only have about 2.5 feet of clearance. So I have to like squat the whole time, and then like even getting my clothes on, I have to do it laying down. So when I lay down back there, it is comfortable. Okay. I'm not going to say it's not comfortable. This is really comfortable. It's got a soft bed with one of those memory foam mattress thingies. And it's got a TV, so I can watch TV if I wanted to. It's a lot more comfortable than some other, van builds that I've seen, and people living on the streets. But when you compare the van to the RV like blows the van away because I can get up on that. I have a kitchen that I can actually stand at and cook at if I wanted to, and had it plugged in. I have air conditioning, like a house. I have a refrigerator with freezer. I mean, I can keep stuff cold in the van, but it's like limited. And in the RV, you're actually like in a house. In the van, you're always kind of in survival mode, at least for me, because I'm in the city. I'm not doing the van life, glamorous van life, where you're in your van and you're traveling cross country and you have this scenic, beautiful view every morning. Everything's always picture perfect. In my world, of living in a van, because it's not really by choice, although kind of semi by choice right now. It's not glamorous. I'm urban stealth camping. I'm constantly trying not to get into trouble with the law. I'm trying not to get in trouble with weirdos out there. There are weirdos out there. There are crazy people on drugs. There are just bad situations. Those of you who have tried to sleep overnight out in the city, you know what I'm talking about. Like sometimes drunk people knock on your door. They try to bust in. People try to do all sorts of bad stuff to you. You're on the streets. So it's not as nice as if you can travel in your van, then you can pick routes, go to, national parks and things like that, the beach, the wilderness. You don't have to be stuck in the city. And when you want to go in the city, you can do a bit. It's different. If you're doing it because you're trying to save money, you don't have money, but you have to work in a town, it's harder. It's exponentially harder because if you are known, like let's say you have issues with the police and stuff, they will actually follow you and then give you a hard time. That's happened to me before. They didn't give me a hard time, but they told me I couldn't stop. I had to stop camping there. And that was in Jupiter, which is a very high-end, expensive area. And, the police, they were nice to me because I was a mailman at the time. And I told them if they took me in, they don't get mail. They're like, oh, yeah? They wanted to test me and said, what route are you on? And I told them the route number. I said, look, if you haul me off tonight, you don't get mail tomorrow. And then I showed them my government ID, my postal employee ID. And then they left me alone. But they said, well, you can't do this. You can't keep doing this. So you here. And they told me to go park in another town. The reason was I was actually parked at a $50 million view. I was parked at the Jupiter Inlet. It's like a $50 million view, okay? Right across the inlet on the other side are houses that are like $10 million, $20 million houses or whatever. So I was parking right on the inlet on the beach. Like the glamorous van life thing. You wake up with the seagulls and the pelicans and all that, and the waves blowing at you. So I was doing that in the van in Jupiter, and the police came by, and then they said, you can't do this anymore. Because those rich people were complaining. They paid $10 million for their view. I'm getting it for free across on the other side inlet. All right, just scrolling through here. Hello, Spider's Nest. Good to see you on here. Kira, angry. Elizabeth. All right. So anyhow, I'm going to sign out and do some more filming here as I work on this stuff. But know this, the RV is getting increased battery capabilities. So you're going to see how I do a build that's reasonable. It's not too expensive, even in an RV. So if you have access, I would say this. If you are not working, like you have a regular steady source of income, like whether it be retirement or disability or Social Security or whatever, and you can budget with that, and you can't, you're not really into like living in a van for the glamour of it, you might consider trying to get an RV, like an older RV or whatever, as long as it runs. Because if you have an RV that doesn't run, unless you have a place, somebody that will let you have it towed there and parked, which is an option. If you have a friend or somebody that has a yard somewhere that they will let you park an RV there, you can get an RV that doesn't run, and have it towed there, pay for it to be towed there. But then you could live in that RV. So that to me is a lot better than trying to live in a van and not have the space. But, the van is useful if you're traveling, if all you're wanting to do is see the world, see nature and stuff, because you save on gasoline. But an RV, I think, just is so much more like home. When I wake up in the RV, I'm in a full-size bed. It's a queen-size bed with a 10-inch mattress. It's not like the most expensive mattress in the world, but it's very nice. And after sleeping so much on this little bed here, which is pretty comfortable, it still blows it away. There's just no comparison. When I wake up, I'm just like, wow. I feel like when I wake up in the RV, I'm waking up in a house, and I can kind of relax and chill. Whereas when I wake up in the van, I have to kind of like sneak out and crawl through, slide. I don't know if you saw my video where I slide through the front. I'm looking around to see if anyone sees me, check my tires to see if they're flat, and take off. Whereas in the RV, you wake up, you're not trying to hide, you're not trying to be so stealth, because everyone knows you're sleeping in it, and everyone knows you're in there. Whereas in the van, you have to kind of be stealthy, you have to kind of hide a little bit, because if you don't, you get those people who always call the police on you. I don't know why they do that, but they say, oh, this is a suspicious van, and all this stuff. They don't think the RV is suspicious, but they'll think the van is. They'll say, well, maybe it's a meth van, it's a meth lab or something. But it'd be better to have a meth lab in an RV than a van. Come on. But people call in vans as being suspicious, but they don't do that for RVs. So at least in America. So that's the culture you're dealing with. So if you can afford an RV, if you can find a place to have it parked, even if it doesn't run, it may be worth getting an RV or a camper and then fixing it. Because that's an option as a stand-in for a house. If you're trying to get back into a house, it gives you kind of a sense of home, especially if the place you're parked at is kind of semi-permanent or permanent. Then you don't have the worries. Because honestly, living in a van, if you're urban stealth camping, if you're stuck in an area, it's stressful. And those who have done it, they know what I'm talking about. Constantly trying to find a place to park, possibly having to move each night due to weirdness. Like the other night, I didn't film it or anything, but I was at like Walmart, and it sounded like machine guns were going off. I don't know if that was a drive-by shooting or if it was just those guys with the rice racers. You know what I'm talking about? But it was going pow, 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 pow. And it kept repeating that. It kept doing it, and then like every 3 to 5 minutes, it would do it again. So I was like, and then I was looking up shootouts or shooting in that town, and it didn't have any for that night, so either it didn't get reported or it wasn't really guns, but it did sound like guns, but it kept me up all night. I mean, it would keep me up in the RV as well, but in the van, I was just laying out there saying, wow, if they're driving by this parking lot and shooting, I could be killed right now. And I guess it would be the same as the RV, but I think you feel a little bit more secure. I don't know. It's just for me. I just feel a little bit more secure when I'm in the RV than I am when I'm in the van, or a bit more relaxed is probably the correct term. You don't feel like you're hiding, whereas in the van you do. Yeah, I am going to sign out. Elizabeth, if you happen to be seeing this, we are thinking of you. Please get in touch with me with your phone number. You can email me, Denoy, Denoy, .deboer, DEBOER, @gmail.com. I think it's on the About Me. You can email me, but email me your phone number. So if we need to reach you, we can reach you. And your PayPal email, just to make sure that, you're getting any that are being sent. But also just want to make sure that you're okay. And if you're Sandy and Elizabeth's friend, and you happen to be watching this video, get in touch with her. Let us know what's going on, and have her get in touch with me. And of course, Alana. Please get in touch with me, Alana. I'm a little concerned about you. I know that you were having issues with your breathing and stuff. So get back in touch with me. And if you can send me your phone number, that way I can make sure you're okay, and you can call me personally if there's any issues, and I can help you with anything. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Please stay safe. Be sure to say a prayer for each other. And, when you get an opportunity on here on the Pay It Forward channel, try to connect with one another, get to know people on a personal basis, and exchange things like email addresses and phone numbers and things like that, so that you have a support network. Some people have that already, but some of my viewers, I would venture to say a lot of my viewers don't have that. So take advantage of this opportunity to make new friends, basically a new tribe or a new family, to cover each other's backs. Take care, everyone. God bless you all. Please stay safe. Bye-bye now.